What's good, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Flagrant Talk Sports Podcast. It's me, Isaiah, here with my favorite co-host, Mr. Moses Famino.
What is going on, everybody?
And as you can tell by the title of the video, Super Bowl recap. We're going to go over our thoughts, some takeaways. Mo and I didn't talk about anything. We're just going straight into it.
We got it.
The Chiefs won an absolute overtime thriller of a game that in that first half felt a little slow. It really felt defensively dominated by both teams. And that fourth quarter opened, and it was a brand new ball game. Crazy outcome. Mo, what are your just like initial thoughts on the game?
So, originally thought it was going to be a shootout. Obviously, knew these teams had really good defenses, but their offenses are that much better, if not the two best in the league. So, was expecting a really high-scoring game to start, and the Chiefs had 3 points at halftime and scored with like 20 seconds left off a field goal. So, it was just, as you said, completely defensive-sided.
Yeah.
Mahomes was getting clamped. Not even Mahomes, but his receivers. He just had nowhere to go. They come out in the second half, and he throws that pick, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, it might be over. Like, this is legitimately looking like it's over. And you can never count him out because you know what he did the other time against the Niners in the fourth quarter. Huge comeback, but they came back again. They did it again for all 3 Super Bowls that he's won. They were down, and they found a way to fight back and win it. So, it's just hats off, man. Literally, like that was one of the best as an outside fan. That was one of the best Super Bowls I've watched in a while.
I agree.
It was just a really, really fun game to watch as a fan. But
I hats off first and foremost to both teams.
Both, sorry, I said just the Chiefs, but both.
Like an amazing Super Bowl, just like truly very defensively gritty. Like as you said, Mahomes was boxed. Like,
dude,
Bosa was everywhere. He was decimating that offensive line. They were putting a ton of pressure on him. They were founding like their secondary too for San Francisco. Mahomes couldn't. He got the ball. He'd have a second, and then the pocket's gone, and he's looking upfield. He's trying to get outside the pocket, and there is nothing for him to grasp onto.
Dude, like it was just beautiful. It was literally perfect defense. You shut down the greatest player. I can't say it yet, but one of the greatest players to play the game in
the league right now.
In the league,
yes.
But I'm about, dude. After this one,
it's so
like,
I'll continue my Niners praise for now, so I can at least give them their flowers. Purdy did have a very solid game. Like he was making smart throws. He never made a decision, no turnovers, just like did a good job keeping them afloat. And you know, we talked about the whole game manager thing last week, and you know, making sure that like when I call him one, it's not an insult. And Burrow actually said a quote that I loved when he was asked about Purdy being labeled a game manager, and he said all great NFL quarterbacks have to be game managers.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, then everything's going to fall apart. Like you have to have that dependability from your quarterback that you can trust him to come through every single day, not turn the ball over, not make sloppy throws, not overthrow someone. And to Purdy's credit, he did that. C-Mac, 160 total yards in the game. Just a monster. Best back in the league. We've already known that. But insane.
Solidified it
without
the playoff. Playoff
without
matter.
a doubt. It was just and Juwan Jennings deserves a lot of love for the Niners too. Like made some big, that touchdown was massive.
If they won the game, I think he might have been Super Bowl
I think so too.
MVP. Like
I
he
think so too.
threw the touchdown to McCaffrey on the little trick play.
Yeah.
Got in the end zone down there with a couple dudes on him. He's not a big guy. No. Obviously, he's an NFL player. He's a strong man. He can hold his own, but
without a
got
doubt,
dudes on him, dragging him in the end zone. That's just will. It was just a really good performance from some guys, and they needed it. They needed guys to step up. So
absolutely. And I think that's the most heartbreaking thing if you are a Niners player, a Niners fan, is just like you kind of did everything right.
Literally.
Like, it's one of those games where you can't even really look at like, man, but this play, in reality, you look at that way more so for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like Pacheco's fumble after that Mahomes bomb in the first half was just like, oh, wow. Like, what do we do here? That the turnover you said too that Mahomes had, the pick was like...
Dude. He was
uncharacteristic.
Yeah, he was just forcing it, but he was just getting tired of being trapped the whole game. He was like, dude, I got to do something. And he threw a bad ball up.
Yes.
And
that's exactly what it felt like. As a viewer, it felt like he was just waiting and waiting and waiting for that play. The vintage Mahomes, like, I'm going to create something, because that's what he does. That's what the greats do. And it never materialized. And so all of a sudden I felt like he was just like, yeah, I'm going to bomb this and hope we get a big play, and it was picked. And that's like compared to Mahomes, he does not make those throws.
Dude, it was his first pick, I think, in his postseason career or some
crap, man.
I believe. Don't quote me on that. Asterisk that. But I'm like still.
Yes. They had the thing of like he had gone like 248 snaps or something in
without
something like that without turning it over, and it's like, dude, that is ridiculous for someone who does throw the ball as much as Mahomes does, and how much they rely on him to make those plays. So first and foremost, hats off to San Francisco. This is a devastating loss. And you really did. You did everything right, man. Like
literally perfect game, damn near. Only thing, the Pacheco McCaffrey fumbles, those will cancel out. Same thing. Down deep in their end. Fumble cost their team some points. Ray McLeod wasn't his fault.
No, man.
Special teams, it hit his guy's foot, and he saw that. The fact he saw that was a huge play. Trying to make a play on it, and then just couldn't scoop it up. Gave the Chiefs, but they held him to a field goal, I believe, on that. I don't think. Did the Chiefs score on that? Great podcasting, Mo.
But... great. No, I know. As we're both contemplating what
we just watched the game, but there's a lot of stuff going on. But
there was, but
outside of that, like
it was a touchdown. It was a touchdown. Okay. I do remember. I'm trying to piece the game together, but because it was that happened, and the first play was a touchdown, like the first snap Mahomes took. Yes,
I have notes. Maybe I can look at them, and as I look down and read that, I see special teams drop, touchdown next play.
And that's one of those things where, like, I cannot fault anyone on that. Like, if you wanted to kind of be an ass about it, you could say, why didn't he dive on the ball
or catch?
Like trying to snag it and run with it.
But
that's so nitpicky, and that's easy to say after the fact.
With 7 Chiefs players in red swarming you, and you got to get the ball or else your team's screwed.
Just the fact it bounced off his foot is like, dude, well,
so unfortunate. The fact he saw it is a great play in itself. Like that he had the awareness to go after it, but just tough.
And I think, the positive note for the Niners, you're going to be good next year. It feels like Purdy is your guy. It's going to get difficult though when they have to pay him.
100%.
And I think that is going to be where, if people think others are being critical of Purdy now, dude, when he's making 40+ million,
Damn, that's crazy, dude.
They're going to be terrible
people,
to him.
Yeah, people really are dogging a dude that's making a couple $100K a year right now.
Yeah,
like that is
He's not even making $1 million a year.
Yeah,
as
like
a
obviously it's
starting
his
quarterback.
job, but still, dude, that's crazy.
But still, like, and that's the thing. So it's like that's why I always do want to be clear of like I'm not trying to dog on him. I'm not trying to tear him down. It's our job as anyone that's spending time out of their day to listen to us want to hear us give takes and what we feel and what we see. So I'm never trying to like tear Purdy down. He was the last pick in the draft. He's in the Super Bowl, like all of those things, and it was just unfortunate. He did play a great game, like made some great plays, but ultimately the Chiefs came out on top, and this is one of those wins for Mahomes to me as a viewer. I will never bet against him.
Yeah, no, we talked about it when we did our preview. The fact that the Chiefs were underdogs in the first place, insane.
Crazy.
I chose to bet against them, knowing that I was in a little bit of I knew it was a little suspect. Chose to bet against him, and he shows another dart, throws another dart on the board. Like, here you go, Mo. Here's another. You need to see that? There you go.
Yeah. No, so. It is, and it's how I felt as a fan watching Brady play. It's the same aura.
It's eerie. Where it's eerily like, similar.
I remember I'd always, go on to NFL.com and you'd be able to fill out your bracket. And anytime I saw the Pats, I was just like, click, 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 click. Super Bowl, cool. Now I can fill out the rest of the board.
No, right. 100%.
Like, I can now see who I'm picking to get second place. But it feels that way. I did think Baltimore was going to win against them. That's the first time I had bet like against Mahomes, and with him winning that and then winning this, I don't see no one can stop him. This is his worst receiving core. This is the shakiest him and Kelsey have been.
Oh, thank you for bringing this up. Thank you for bringing that up.
And I'm sure you have a comment or two about Kelsey. I certainly do. But yeah, if Mahomes can win one like this, I sincerely don't know how you defeat him.
Literally.
Like I don't know what you do.
Thank you for bringing up Travis, because obviously 9 receptions, 93 yards, leading receiver for his team. Huge, needed him. No touchdowns, almost had the one at the end there to win it that was in regulation.
Yeah.
That was in regulation. Yep, in the fourth, right before the OT.
Yes.
And then, dude, I know you got something on Kelsey. When they didn't call a timeout in overtime, the Chiefs, when they were down at like the 3-yard line, and I just saw the clock ticking and ticking and ticking. I was like, what's going on here? Is it glitch? Do they know they have timeouts? Do they?
Yeah.
Horrible clock management.
Yeah.
But grade A play call. And they
without
win the
a doubt.
game. So
yeah, it's so there's the elephant in the room that I feel like we're remiss to not talk about with Kelsey. Seeing him bump and yell at Andy Reid in his face, to me, listen, man, there are just certain things in sports, in life, and this is me talking. So, everyone's going to have different opinions.
Got their opinion. Yep.
So this is just me. There are lines that you just cannot cross. I don't care who it is. I don't care who your coach is. I don't care if he makes a stupid play call. I don't care what game it is. I don't care if it's regular season, playoff, Super Bowl, preseason, training camp. It doesn't matter. Bumping into, especially Andy Reid, a top, at this point, you could argue top 2. I'm at least in the top 5
100%.
Coaches ever. And Kelsey, who is one of the greatest tight ends ever, it was wrong.
It rubbed me the wrong way, for sure.
Yeah.
It was just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I know you're frustrated. You might not have gotten the ball here, but there's what he did isn't acceptable in any scenario. That's something you could wait till halftime, wait till
when the cameras are off,
doors, no cameras, because now this is it's gonna turn into something. It probably isn't anything. It's probably gonna be swept under the rug because they're like this,
because they won,
and they won. Yeah, and they won, so it's not gonna be a big. If they lost, though, it definitely would have been a way bigger deal,
dude. If they lost. Dude, I can already see the headlines of
Kelsey wants out.
Kelsey goes too far with Reed. Is this going to force Reed to retire? Can Reed not handle his player? All that kind of stuff. And it would have been so stupid. But if you're Kelsey and you're a vet and you've been in the league as long as you have, and you've been a leader and a vet and a great player for as long as you have, you cannot do that on the biggest stage when all the cameras are on.
You know better. You 100% know better. So
yeah, and it's I turned to my dad when it happened, and I said, "This is how I know right here I could not be a coach. If one of my players comes up to me, screams in my face,
dude, he stumbled, he jumped like he almost felt like."
And Reed is old too.
Yeah.
It's wrong again. It's wrong if the coach is in his 30s, 40s, but like Reed is an older guy that you're doing that to. If I'm a coach, this is how I know I couldn't do it, at least now. I'm saying take your ass back to the locker room. You can put on your street clothes. You're not going back in the game.
Take your damn pads. You do not do that. I don't care if you're the best player on the team.
No, I don't care if well, maybe if it's moms. But if it's Kelsey, I'm definitely saying, listen, man, you had one catch for 1 yard in the first half. Noah Gray is doing better than you.
I didn't realize that. He turned to I knew he had a good second, but I didn't realize it was wow.
It was, and you could tell right out the gate in the third quarter they were really making sure Kelsey was getting targets, that he was involved. But dude, it really rubbed me the wrong way big time. 100%. And I like Kelsey's podcast. I think he's a great player. But it is one of those things where you just feel it's just not right. Plain and simple. And it's going to be a talking point undoubtedly for at least the next couple days.
We're going to see the clip, and we're going to see it on First Take. We're going to see it on Cowherd. We're going to see it on everything. So
and also it's just embarrassing. It's a really bad look.
It is a horrible look. Doesn't matter. I know tensions are high. It's the biggest game of the year. Everyone's a little amped up a little bit, but there's, like you said, lines that just cannot be crossed.
Like, can you imagine Gronk doing that to Belichick?
Oh, dude.
I
kind of want to. I wonder what a Belichick would have done if a player, because everyone knew not to fuck with Bill.
No. That is the correct word. They're like literally Bill is like, no, you're not messing with him.
Yeah.
Like, and Brady, would have his, tantrums or outbursts or moments or things like that. But, he knew better than to, push Bill or something like that. That would have been a squabble.
I've been seeing the sideline. No, 100%. I've been seeing the clip of Brady. He threw a pick or something, and it's him and Belichick mic'd up, and Brady's like, he's voice cracking, not on purpose, but he's just kind of being high pitched. His voice is messed up. Belichick's he's like, not that play. He's like, he has it on lock. Like every excuse Brady had, he had some locked, ready to go. Like, no, you're not winning this one. Like, sorry.
I absolutely. And then Travis Kelce, because they interviewed him after the game, obviously, and asked him about it for obvious reasons. He said, I'm going to keep it between us. I was just telling him how much I love him. I'm sorry. It's not. If I'm Reed, I don't care that we won. We got to talk.
Yeah, no, we're having a sit-down conversation after something.
Especially if he's playing again, which, I know there's a lot of speculation if Travis will retire, if he'll come back. I think he's back. That's just my... I don't have any... So I have nothing to back that. But I, just off of feeling, why would you leave?
Why would you leave? There's no reason to.
No.
but at the same time, there's no reason to. You just won your third ring.
Dude.
I mean, I'm 100%. I don't know how his body's feeling. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Tight end, especially Gronk he ended up coming back, but he retired a couple times. And they get blown up, bro. They're in the trenches. Totally. They're running routes.
And with Gronk too, like his game is, way more physical because he was such an incredible blocker.
Yeah.
Like that is kind of a difference that, whenever people have the Kelsey and Gronk arguments, Gronk's blocking was massive. Like
clears. Yeah.
Incredible. Like it's not even close. He's one of the best blocking tight ends ever. Yeah. So, Kelsey is definitely like he's a receiving tight end. That's what he has excelled at, and he's done it to the highest level possible.
By far. Yeah.
So it's crazy. I'm just gonna go on the record, man. Guess who my Super Bowl pick is next year? If Reed is back, if Kelsey's back, if Mahomes is back, if the Chiefs do have some big free agents. They got L'Jarius Sneed, Chris Jones, Willie Gay. They've got some guys.
Backup backs, McKinnon and Clyde.
Yes. And McKinnon is a piece where, like, I could see them holding on to him because you have Pacheco, who has won 2 Super Bowls in 2 years. So he's living the best life.
That is not possible. Normal in the NFL, man. No, that is insane.
That's incredible. So it's like, I just can't bet against this team. Now, if Reed retires,
a lot more question marks, a lot more blurry
then they
lines.
hire Bill Belichick, and then he
Dude, okay. Oh my gosh, dude, I couldn't watch football next year. I don't think I can watch football next year. My gosh, that's the reason why he hasn't been hired, bro.
Him and Andy have talked.
Yep, him and
he's like gonna pass the baton.
Chiefs paid off everyone to not buy him out,
dude.
And then
I can imagine Bill and Andy having a conversation about the Kelsey thing, and Bill saying, "Listen, me personally, I'm not taking that.
I'm not letting that slide.
I'm not letting that. I don't care if it's the Super Bowl. I'm smacking him. Yeah, I'm kicking his ass. We're squabbling. I'm taking the headset off, and I'm saying, hey, you call plays. I got to go deal with this.
Yeah,
I'm pump faking. I'm doing whatever in front of Taylor. Taylor's gonna see her boyfriend get his ass kicked.
It worked,
but it's just like, dude, I just can't. If Andy is coaching, if Mahomes is QB, if Kelsey's there, if they keep that defense intact, I just don't really care who they have to go up against.
Dude, I probably have to agree with you. We'll see how the offseason looks like. But
yeah, we don't know the draft. We don't know anything. But just off
now, they're probably going to be right back in this same spot next year. So
I just like this year felt like the year Lamar could get him.
Everybody was talking about, even at the beginning of the season, this might be the season the Chiefs have a tough year. They might not look the same. Mahomes is going to do this. The receivers can't do that.
No problem.
Literally no problems.
No problem. And that's the, one of the great things about, in Brady's career was his ability to like heighten the receivers who were very good. Julian Edelman was a very good receiver. Wes Welker was a very good receiver. But his play and his ability to operate with them in the offense elevated them to great receivers.
He just utilized them in the ways that they could handle, and they did it to the highest peak.
Yes.
It was just beautiful. Yeah.
That's what this season felt like. To me, watching Mahomes was like, it was easy to see him cook with Tyreek.
Yeah.
That is one of the best receivers of this generation ever. To simply, but like of this generation, he had that and Kelsey. Like he was set. But now, leading receivers a rookie. You're MVS, who historically, and listen, I'm a Packers fan, so that's a Packer. Any ex-Packer, you got some respect for me, but he drops the ball a lot.
Yeah.
And he came up big in the Super Bowl too.
Huge touchdown. McCole Hardman got around with them for a little while. Huge touchdown. Like,
who was a Jet to start this year and now is.
I forgot about. Did they trade for him or did they?
What was it?
Waived? What? I forgot about that.
I feel like the Jets waived him. My memory could be wrong, but I want to say they released him.
Traded.
Oh, for what? Like a 7th?
7th round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, like.
Jets traded Hardman back to Kansas City, where he spent the previous 4 seasons in October, along with the 2025 7th round pick in exchange for a 2025 6th round pick. That whoever wrote that.
I don't know why we're complicating that.
But
yeah, no, but it really did. This Mahomes Super Bowl really did feel like a Brady one. Like,
dude, just a masterclass after a masterclass of a second half after getting putting 3 points up. Like,
you just cannot count him out. And listen, Brady is still one to me.
100%.
But this one,
he's climbing up the ladder.
Yep, this is his best one.
Yeah,
this is his best one.
I think this is his most impressive one.
Yeah. And it's pretty crazy because now he joins Montana and Brady as the only 3 QBs to have 3 rings. So he's already in the top 3 guaranteed. For me, if you're naming your top 3 quarterbacks and Mahomes isn't in there already, like if he retired today, I would disagree.
Man, he's got it. Yeah, that is so nuts. 26,
28, but Brady played till he's 44, which feels right, 44, 45, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That feels
a little far-fetched.
A little unrealistic. But hell, even if he plays till he's 38, another 10 years.
Bro, oh my gosh.
He needs, because and we kind of talked about this, but the only way I feel like he wins in a Brady argument, because Brady has the ring against him, he's got to have an extra ring over him, which means he needs 8. He needs 5 in 10 years.
It realistically is so possible.
And that's if he plays to 38, right? Like, what if he plays till 40?
Get bored. He might get bored of that too.
Yeah, what if he switches which is, dude, it's crazy.
It's literally going to be like a Brady thing, I feel like he is the Chiefs guy until maybe something falls off, the wheels fall off a decade from now, and he might switch teams for a year and win the Super Bowl with them and then call it quits or something. Like,
without a doubt. And I think well, no, I don't think so, because Reed realistically won't be I think in the next 3 years Andy is probably done. Maybe less, but I'll say 3. I'd honestly say 3 for Kelsey too, and less. Like 3 is kind of the one where it's like, that's a little long. I'd be surprised. After that is where it gets interesting for Mahomes. Because it's like, where do the Chiefs go next?
Damn, it's crazy.
And it's
just this building of a dynasty and witnessing it and being able to put it all together it's a pretty beautiful thing in sports. It's crazy.
Yeah. To do it is just, especially a sport as ruthless as football, where you hit the playoffs and you lose once. You have one mess up. You fumble one extra time. You turn the ball. You can't get the offense going for a quarter, and you're out.
There's a reason a team hasn't gone back-to-back since the Patriots did in 2002, 2003. Like, it's just
because it's so difficult.
Different game,
It's hard to do it in the NBA too, but in the NBA, at least in the series, it's first to win 4.
You got shots. If you slip up for a game, you got 3 more shots to bounce back. Yeah,
you can have a terrible shooting night. You can have a night where you're kind of going through the motions, and then you get back and knotted up in the next one. In the NFL, it's like, oh, you had one bad game, gone.
Yeah.
And that's how cutthroat it is. Like, you saw how quickly people turn on Lamar, or you see how it's instant.
It is instant.
So
it's the nature of the sport. It's demanding.
Yeah.
It's grueling.
Mm-hmm.
But that victory is so damn sweet.
Yeah, it's officially a dynasty, right?
Yeah.
Like 3 rings in 5 years. Some 3 rings in, yeah, because the Rams have the 1 ring and then Brady has the other. That's a dynasty, baby.
Yeah, dude, they're locked in. I got a couple quick shout outs just for some guys we haven't mentioned yet. What a kicking battle.
Thank you.
History. Yep. I didn't even realize Jake Moody, first field goal, breaking the scoring drought in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Historic field goal, 55-yarder, longest in Super Bowl history. Harrison Butker in the second half?
Mm-hmm.
In the second half, third quarter, 57-yarder to one-up Moody and re-break it and set the new record for longest field goal in the Super Bowl. So,
dude,
beautiful. It was just beautiful kick-ins. Talked to a couple Niners fans. Obviously, Moody cost them a game here too this season. So,
man, did he show up?
He proved himself. That biggest stage. Stage. And obviously, we know Butker. I don't think he missed a field goal in the postseason this year. So
yeah, he's him. It was so crazy in the end of that fourth quarter when he went to kick the field goal to tie it up. I didn't even realize, I wasn't even paying attention. I went on my phone to see what people were saying because I was like, oh, he makes this.
Yeah.
And that's just what an elite kicker does. It's like, he's not missing a 20-yarder.
Yeah.
That is not how the Super Bowl is going to end.
100%.
But
one more guy.
Do it.
For the 49ers, went out with an injury, non-contact.
Dude.
Just insane. Trey Greenlaw was balling out to start the game. Like, he was in every tackle, every fray, just every play he was involved in. So, not saying the Niners win with them on the field. Injuries happen. It's part of the game. But it's an interesting conversation. What could have been? Because that defense in the first half, man, oh my gosh.
Electric. It was, Greenlaw, get well soon, too.
Did they say what it was? I saw it was Achilles, but is it torn? Is it ruptured?
That's all I've seen.
Okay.
Is Achilles, which... And it
is normally not a good sign.
No,
considering it was,
Yeah, it looked bad. So you had Greenlaw go out. You had Debo have, I don't know if it was like a spasm or a cramp or whatever it was.
His hammy acting up again, probably.
Hammy. And then you had Kittle and OT go out. And it was just like they had, I'm totally blanking on his name, but on defense when he hit Kelsey,
the corner,
yes, in the shoulder, messed his shoulder up. Like the Niners too just had guys who got out. Like Debo came back, Kittle was able to come back in OT, but that does throw you off
for sure.
The plays the Niners don't have Debo are very, very different. Just in the way your system is than when he is on the field, even if he's not getting the ball.
Yeah.
So great Super Bowl, man.
Last guy, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For the Chiefs, a defender, Trent McDuffie.
Yes.
We've known he's put himself on the map this year, but on the highest stage, man, he was balling. Broke up a clear touchdown, couple big blitzes, great calls by Spags, dude. They were pressuring Purdy because they're switching it up. They were throwing the kitchen sink at bro.
They were. And Chris Jones as well. I'll give he gets a lot of love, and it is deservingly so. One of the best players in the NFL. He just is like similar to how Nick Bosa was, just in every single play for the Chiefs. Like
that's why you pay him.
That's why when he was dude, the interview he had on Kelsey's podcast when Kelsey was like, I miss you, bro. And Jones was like, I miss you too. I should be getting paid. And it's like this game is all he needs to do is like,
yep, here's the highlight film. Yep.
Here you go. Here's my playoff performances. Why are we even hesitating? Just give me what I want. I want to stay here and keep winning, and you want to keep winning. So
should be.
This feels pretty simple.
Shouldn't be rocket science.
Yeah, you're not paying any receivers anyways. Like, I know you got some money.
Where's the money at? Yeah.
Running backs are making nothing, so you got the moolah. But yeah, it's an amazing win for the Chiefs, devastating loss for the Niners, and a great Super Bowl overall.
Unbelievable Super Bowl. Like I said, one of the better ones I've seen as a fan, just sitting back watching. It was pretty peak.
And I know this is annoying for anyone to hear, but it definitely did hurt as a Packers fan to see this, because I was like, man, we beat Kansas City in Kansas City. And listen, regular season Mahomes is very different than Super Bowl Mahomes. So I'm not saying we were guaranteed to win, but it did hurt watching the Niners and be
what
like,
could have been. What could have been. Yeah.
Yes. And every team does it. Anytime their team gets eliminated, it's like, man, but what if it was us?
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, that's it. But hey, new season, as I said in like 2 or 3 videos ago, I'm embracing my full Skip Bayless. The agendas I will be pushing this offseason on here for Jordan Love and my Packers will be sickening.
I love it. Once we get Marvin Harrison and sign, maybe trade for I don't know. I feel like we get Lamar. Baltimore didn't really want him that bad, so
they did. Okay, so if you cared about Super Bowl content, it's done.
There you go. There's a
Thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
I think back on that. I was thinking back on that. The Falcons didn't want him. How'd that go? And again, I'm not trying to talk down on Desmond Ridder. I'm not trying to but all those teams that were just like, yeah, we don't want Lamar.
Dude, the Falcons offense with Lamar Jackson.
Dude.
Kyle Pitts.
Bijan.
Oh, my
London.
gosh. That almost brought a tear to my eye.
It's.
Dude.
And like New York, the Giants get a pass because they re-signed Daniel Jones, and the Jets get a pass because they got Aaron. But there's so many teams where you're like, dude, what are you? This is Lamar. So
yeah, man.
I've got an interesting one for you. Do you think Lamar Jackson wins a Super Bowl in his career? If you had to bet either way at any point, I'm not saying next year, but like at any time.
There was a lot of really good quarterbacks that didn't win Super Bowls because Tom Brady existed. I'm kind of scared, and it sucks to say, but I get this feeling, well, I don't know what it is, that this might be that same story. And that kills me, because I think dude, this, like we said, this should have been the year. This was it. This was the chance,
man. Yeah,
for
every team.
But Patrick might shut down some really, really good teams and players from winning, and he already has done so. So
it's and like in the NBA, like even though LeBron didn't win all of them, when he was out east with the Cavs and Heat, he made the finals how many years in a row? Was it 9? Was it
something
stupid? So you think back of all those great teams. You had the Hawks team with the 4 All-Stars, which is insane in hindsight. But you had that. You had the Raptors teams with DeMar and Lowry and guys like that who just didn't make it. Because of and like Lowry did win one, but the point is, like, there were so many great players and great teams, they just kept running into that brick wall. I think for guys like Burrow, Allen, Herbert, who I'm very excited to see. But Herbert,
dude, that'll be exciting. Yeah,
I'm a big Herbert truther, and we haven't had a lot of time to talk about him because there hasn't been a lot. To talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to cover this off season, get into the swing of next year, but it does kind of feel like it's for nothing.
We may as well just skip to this is all filler, the regular season, filler, and then Chiefs. May as well. All right, here's a canon event. Chiefs, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, yep.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. And really for the Chiefs too, like when they lost on Christmas to the Raiders, I seriously was having thoughts of like they might have just run their course.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But they might have just been passed up, and they were not. So
their season, just looking back on it as a whole,
wild.
One of the craziest roller coasters ever built.
Yeah.
Like deepest of the deepest lows to the ultimate high. So
yeah. Dude, like they were underdogs their previous 3 playoff games, including the Super Bowl. Like Bills, Ravens, and Niners.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They won't make that same mistake. Vegas won't make that.
Yeah, Vegas no, or they will because they know people are going to be like, "Oh, it's over."
Big brain it.
Yeah, they might reverse psychology this. I'm kind of interested now that you mention it, since they were underdogs in all 3. Maybe
surely they can't do it again. Yeah, surely it won't happen again.
But I guess that's another conspiracy for a different day.
Yeah,
but,
that's for it. We need to have a conspiracy theory video.
Yeah. Game.
We'll save it. But yeah, man, great Super Bowl. Really excited to talk about this off season.
It's gonna be an exciting one. Lots to unravel.
Yeah, and a loaded draft class. If you like offense, this draft class is one of the best I've seen in my lifetime. So
juiced every position.
Yes. Like, you need a besides, like, oddly enough, like there's plenty of good backs, but there isn't that like Bijan, which he's a not once in a lifetime, but like a rare thing. Him and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, the receivers, the quarterbacks, the tight ends, it's just like if you have a need there,
pick your poison. Yep.
Yeah, this is the draft you want those picks. So yeah, we'll have a lot to cover. But congrats to the Chiefs.
Football season's over. Tough loss.
Heartbreaking, man. No more football until Labor Day, right? Somewhere in that ballpark.
Normally when it kicks. Dang.
Yeah, man.
Well, it was a
way to end it, though.
It was a fun season. It was a good.
Super.
As a Patriots fan, now that I've processed, now that I've about the season as a whole, everything NFL football, it was a great year.
Mo, I got some good news for you as a Pats fan.
What do you got?
As of now, every team in the entire NFL is 0-0. It's time. It's time.
7 seed.
I love that you still keep it like somewhat realistic, though. You're like, listen, I'm gonna believe, but I'm not gonna go too far.
We'd be last in on the last day on someone like fumbling or something. Yeah. Like we wouldn't even cause it to be some team losing or something. But 7 seed.
7 seed, baby.
Sorry.
But yeah, 0-0. New season ahead. We'll have tons of content over the off season, over the draft process. Looking forward to that.
Super exciting.
Before we sign off, I was about to sign off before we did the thing.
The main part that people are here for, that they're going to skip right to.
Most song of the pod. What have you got? Get us started.
For the people. To kick off your week. Hope you guys crush it. Hope it goes very well for y'all. I got a song by Lucky. One probably a little PG-13R rated.
Oh,
because just the content, what he's talking about. It's lucky.
So
we know what he's probably talking about.
Yeah.
New York by Lucky. Such a fire beat. He's just chilling, talking over it, doing his thing. His flows, I love his flows. He flows on different beats. It's the combination of his discography is pretty neat. So I gotta give y'all lucky New York.
Good pick. Them New York boys on fire over there with the Knicks. So it's a great pick.
Yep.
My pick, I've got Key Glock with Let's Go. The beat is incredible. Bro, it's an anthem. If you listen to that in your car, in your headphones, you're just locked in. It's so good.
It is so tough.
It's great. So that's what we got for Song of the Pod. That's what we got for the video.
Yep.
Packers Super Bowl 2025. Jordan Love, Super Bowl MVP. We locked. It's time.
I love it.
You had your time.
Time's up, buddy. Your time is up. My time is now. John Cena.
We'll leave it at that. We're locked.
Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you for tuning in.
We appreciate y'all.
Love y'all. And now we'll do the Q&A vid next.
Vid. For sure. Confirmed. Hit us up this week. If you got anything last minute you want to get in, we already received a lot, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
But let us know. You know where to find us.
Totally. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Have a good week. We'll see y'all in the next video.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace.